Okay, looks like we're live. Hello. This is the first official live stream. I'm just going to be working on some stuff. If people pop in to talk, that's great. If not, I'm happy to kind of continue doing my work as is. I'll periodically check over on the chat, but otherwise, you'll probably only hear me mutter to myself about things as I'm working on them. So, there we go. Let's get into it. Okay. What to draw, what to draw, what to draw. Warm up, warm up, warm up. I think he's got a little hook to his snout. It's been a while since I've drawn him. It's arts. Yeah, he does got that little hump to his. I don't like how this is starting off. Stick to the tools I'm used to. Weak. Loopies. Let's see where I'm at. Okie doke. So the trickiest part of this character design is trying to make sure that I get that crest right. Feeling pretty happy with this. We got to make sure I get that back part correct. Shape like, and I can leave just to make sure. All right. Get these eyebrows. Looks like I'm still doing that little notch on the eyebrows, so I make sure I do that right. There we go. This. Nice spring here. There we go. I'm ready to save it yet. Oh. Redo this. Yeah, my sketches are always looking really, really messy because of just the way that I use multiple colors. But then I clean them up, which you'll see in a few minutes. Arm going here. Arm's feeling a little long, probably need to adjust it. Almost there. Okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Side off. Okay, it's looking pretty good. So once I'm satisfied with the sketch, I'm going to go ahead and do a color overlay. Reduce the opacity. 35 looks about right. Scoop him over. Trim my canvas. Okay. I'm going to increase the size. No, I'm going to leave that the size it is. Don't need it right now. I'll hide it. Set this to sketch. Lock it. Create the line art layer. And save. Explain. Okay, and the character sketch is prepped, so now I get to spend time inking and coloring. So I've got my tool presets. There it is. Set the size to 75. Not the size, the smoothing to 75. I love that tool. Because I've got a lot of sweeping curves in here, I like that stabilization feature. I tend to use it a lot. Sweep down like so. That'll work. Down the back end here. Crest. right. I think my brush was a little too large on this one. Toes seem a little too spaced out there. Let's. Feels a little better. Let's get the tail done. Eyes here. Line there a little bit. That's the hard part about doing this kind of live streaming is I will just kind of like zone out and draw stuff and not talk for a bit. Go ahead and clean up the art now. Okay, let's see. Other side there. Black that out. Cool. Some eyebrows going. Give him his little notches. Let's zoom in here and get the nostrils handled. Cool. Okay, so that's an issue. Let me fix that. Cool. Finish that off. Still not a fan of those feet. Let's try this again. See, that doesn't seem to go far enough. I feel like I have it on the sketch as far as the toe width. I just need to pull it down a little bit more. Maybe like that. Yeah, still not feeling it. And this is why it takes me a long time to draw stuff, because I am very picky. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think that's what I'm aiming for, so. Okay, and then to make it a little more consistent, select. Where's it? Inverse, modify. Oh, there it is. Edit. Stroke. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, lock in line art. Edit. Select. Inverse. Let's get the base color going. Duplicate that line art. Okay, and then I can start going through and adding color to where I need it. Pink, red, yellow, yellow, orange, orange. Got a slightly darker shade of green. The rest of his body is that shade, with the exception of some parts. Eesh. Change smoothing to 0. Yeah, that would explain it. Cool. All right. Get the underside here. Perfect. And as for the tongue, darkish maroon, I guess. Okay. Orange. It's like a very, very burnt orange. Okay. Well, can't forget my signature. Okay. Mm, 2, 6. Okay. And that's how you draw Karma. Fun character. Tend to use him as a warm-up character whenever I'm drawing something. Last time, the image that I have here, this reference image, this is what I used when this is what I drew when I was testing my new drawing tablet, the XP Pen Pro. So yeah, he's kind of my acclimating to stuff character. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna move on to a commission I've been working on. Obviously, this is just a very rough sketch, but it's a character for someone who is writing a book. They want some illustrations of the characters, so that's what I've been doing. And now I'm going to start inking and developing the sketch. Alrighty. I feel like that hand's going to give me trouble, so I'm going to go ahead and start that one first. Narrow this out here, narrow this out here. So the description of the character from the client is very much focused on hunting. So I kind of went with like a Monster Hunter meets Craven from Marvel Comics, but now they're a redheaded woman, so you know that should go over well. Let's unify the colors here. Let's get the whip going. Okay. I know nothing about whips beyond what I've seen in the Indiana Jones movies and playing Castlevania, so I'm guessing people might hold it that way. I know that the whip would not have as much wiggle to it as I'm drawing, but trying to give it a little bit of character, so it's just not like a straight line hanging down. Not there at the end. It doesn't need to be very detailed. But yeah. So that's where I'm at so far. Get rid of those intersecting lines. So if you're watching, you'll see that I'll be inking different elements with different colors. The reason why is that I can cut out those intersecting lines by just like selecting a color and deleting it. Makes it much easier for me. I don't know if that's the most efficient way to do that, but it's just something I've been doing for years. Makes sense to me, and I'm going to keep doing it that way. Cool. So, yeah, it seems like it could be long enough. A lot of it ends up being guesswork, you know what I mean? So, yeah, all right, give me 1 second, checking for messages. Nothing right now, so yeah, we're good. Cool, all right, back to work. All right, let me go ahead and... Okay, so I believe, yeah, she's got furry wrist guards, so... Feels about right. Cool. All right, let's get the arm now. So most of that shoulder is going to disappear under the collar of fur. That's the other thing. Normally I'd take another pass at sketching this thing before inking it, but I'm feeling very confident about the overall look, and because of that, I'm jumping into inking and fixing it as I go. That means that sometimes there will be some, I guess you'd call it like redundancies or extra lines I don't need that I end up getting rid of, but I use them as a guide to make sure everything's fitting together. Okay. How am I doing? Okay, we're doing well. Alrighty, back to it. Go ahead. There we go. Let's... Okay. I think that works for the arm. All right, let's go ahead and back to stabilization tools. There. Cool. Cool. All with the arms, might as well continue working on them. Cool. Start the wrist guard, the arm guard there. Oh, man. Vest here. Cool. Knock off some lines here. Let's get her face down before I get too much further here. Okay. Go in and do the eyes. I've been favoring simpler facial features lately. I don't know why. I just it's been kind of how I've been doing things, and I've liked it so far. So there we go. Yeah, she's looking good. Ear going. Eyes. Eyebrows. Freckles. Neck there. Neck there. Cool. All right. That's what I'm talking about, the redundancy right there. That little sliver of eyebrow that just goes away. It's one of those things. It's just a casualty of the way that I do these things. That. Gonna give her a little bit more pop to her hair there. And there we go. Okay, so So what I'm trying to figure out right now is how the hair is done on the other side here. So again, we are losing some features that I previously drew, but they serve their purpose, I suppose. Yeah, cool. Then I think the way that I want to do this is like so. Oh yeah, there we go. If you were watching this on hopefully YouTube, I think I can get these recordings onto YouTube. Please, 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 by all means, drop in for the live streams. They are Friday at 6 p.m. On Picarto. There will be a link in the upload. Please drop in. I would love to have people to talk to rather than talk to myself, because I know that I sound crazy right now. Thankfully, I'm indoors and no one's judging me except my cat. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to try to lure a couple people in by showing Buff Woman. So give me one moment to do so. Cool, cool, cool. With cool, cool, cool. Sorry about that. You know, part of the thing is you gotta take the time to promote this shit. So appreciate it. Anyway, back to business. All right, we're gonna unify all the line art again under one color. Okay. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now it's time to do the fur collar. The initial sketch is very vague, very lumpy. One of those things where I kind of like figure it out later. I'm not going for anything too realistic here, so there's all sorts of little things I can do that give the impression of fluff or fur without needing a ton of detail. So okay. So I'm trying to figure out, should the hair be in front of the collar? Oh, hey, look, someone wanted to know where the stream was. Let me go ahead and sorry, someone just asked me where my stream is, so I need to advertise that better. But let's see. Okay, that's challenging. Sorry, someone had a question for me. Gotta make sure that I take care of that. Cool, awesome. Okay, so yeah, the hair, is it in front of or behind the collar? I think I'm going to do it behind the collar. Yeah, yeah, it feels good. That makes sense. Right. Okay, now I work on the other side here. Let me add a couple more indicators of fluff there. Cool. All right, so there we go. Then I can delete these parts of the fur collar. Okay, yeah, that feels pretty good. Feels like there's some fun stuff going on there. Cool. So I used to do streams like this a lot. Problem is that my computer could barely handle it back then because I was in a real ship of Theseus potato situation. My computer was already very old when I was doing this back in 2016, and then eventually just got too old and cluttered. But I did pick up this new PC a couple months ago, and it's been a lifesaver. It's been fantastic. Let's see. Alrighty, I think I need to clear out this. Delete. There we go. If you're wondering where I got this computer, it is a Starforge build. It's their free-run PC build. They are not a sponsor, but I just want to shout them out because this has been a huge help in my productivity. It's been great. The fact that I'm able to stream, do all my audio work, Photoshop runs fantastic. Like, this has been such a wonderful system. I feel like I can actually start doing stuff again, and I'm glad to be back to doing the streaming thing. All right. Let's close that off there. Shadow. Okay, so suppose I should start working on the hips and legs. This is going to be another example of redundancy. Like, I'm going to draw the legs first and then draw the stuff over it, and then of course delete the parts of the legs that are drawn over. Don't judge me for my inefficiency. Praise me for my consistency. There we go. I think that thigh was... I know it sounds weird to say that thigh was too thick, but in this case, yes, I believe so. There is nothing wrong with thick thighs otherwise. Okay. Okay. Those are some shapely legs. Just the whole point. All right. We need to figure out the shorts. So you get the hand on the hip and that other part of the fur collar, but I will wait, or fur glove. I'll wait on that though. You know what? Let's take care of the feet first. There we go. All right. Pausing for just one moment. Check my notifications real quick. Let's see. Checking notifications, checking notifications. Okay, we're good. Alrighty. I should note, if you are watching this on YouTube and you want to watch it live when I record on Fridays, I do believe you have to be registered to Picardo. It doesn't cost anything to register. It just allows you to do the chat and everything like that. But again, I encourage you to do that because this is just me talking by myself and it is not the most entertaining, right? So just make sure that you sign up for Picardo and join me. Join me, won't you? Alrighty. Cool, cool, cool. And then let's get the other foot. Help if I was on the right tool. You're a tool. See, that would have been funny if there was someone in here, right? Okay, so and so. Perfect. Alrighty. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. So looking at the fur here, I'm gonna go like so, 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 so. There we go. Now let's go ahead and delete the remainders. That'll work. All right. Now for the very short shorts. There we go. Grab this sheath. Perfect. Again. It's too big. Need to be a dagger. Okay. I think that'll work. Cool. Message. Cool. Okay. Cool. So far, I feel like it's been either like me muttering to myself or going into long silent stretches because I'm zoned out while drawing. So I do apologize. Hell yeah. Cool. Straps going. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get some detail on here. There we go. Okay. So we have shorts there. Connect them like so. Extra here. Cool. All right, so I see that I have a belt and a couple of pouches to deal with. For now, though, let's stop. All right, we're going to go to single line art color. Cool. Work. Trim. Okay. Another pouch here. Let's delete these. Do this to no, not that. No, I don't think I need anything there. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. Okay, now it's time to get the fingers on the hips. So I used to have a Wacom Cintiq, and one of the things that I'm noting right now is that I've noticed this for a while now. The Cintiq was very snappy with the removal of the stylus from the screen, from the tablet. So, like, if I pulled the stylus away, there was a shorter distance in which the stylus would be recognized. On this one, it takes a while longer, so I'll occasionally have a thing where I'll pull the stylus away, but it will still be drawing. So I occasionally have little errors with that. It's not a big thing, but it is something that I noticed. Like, it could be worse, so no big deal there. That's just one of those things you kind of pick up on after working for years with a particular device. You get used to it, and then when it changes up, you're just like, "Oh God, what's going on?" But yeah, no. I gotta say this XP Pen Pro 24, very, very solid. I've been very happy with it so far. If you're in the market for a tablet display, you could do worse. You could do worse. So I gotta see if I can get them like sponsor me or something. I'm happy to shill for products that I like. So, you know, there you go. Okay, let's see. That's the thing. One of the things that I struggle with is when I have like fingers, making sure everything is the correct length. That feels pretty close. That feels pretty good. So I think I'm gonna call that. So the next step here normally would be to color, but I need to send this to the client for their approval to make sure there's no other revisions necessary. You know, I'm going to expand this a little bit more. But yeah, once they agree or once they give me the go ahead, that's when I'll start coloring it. But for now, I guess that one's that. All right, let me unify the color scheme again. She turned out cute. Excited. Alright, gonna have to fill in that spot definitely. Let's see. Select inverse. Grab my fill white. And art. Add it and fill in that one gap. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you should be Phil. Up, up. Cool. Cool. Oh, yep, got another one. Perfect. Okay. And that is that character for now. Guess I will go ahead and move in and work on the next one. It's a large order. It's fortunate to have a few different. Those are all old missions. Yeah. No. New ones. There we go. Okay, so I've got Shank, Astrid. This is Fiona. Marty or Neko? Let's go to Neko. Note, image size. Oh boy. Image. Oh. Whoopsie. Gotta upscale this. This stuff happens. Select, modify, contract by. Select, expand. Okay. Tracked. Can't see shit right now. There we go. Modify. Okay, let's reduce the feather. Modify. Contract. Sorry, I ended up drawing this the wrong resolution, so I gotta make sure that I'm fixing this. Select inverse. How do I get rid of the modify? Okay. This is why you want to double check your image resolution, folks. I'm trying to salvage this so I don't have to re-ink it. Okay. Need to Google something real quick. My apologies. Image adjustments threshold. Let's see. Adjustments. Trying to remember how to do this. Select. Modify. Tract. Yeah. Come on. Select, modify, other, select, tract. Yeah, so fun fact, I have completely fucked this image up a little bit. You know, I'm working on it. I'll figure this out. Really don't want to. Image. I can't see shit right now. Try something. Image. Adjustments. Invert. Range of adjustments. Molds. Ah. Yeah, gotta. Let's try this the long way. Fine. Happens here. Alright. What can I do here? All right, you know what? I'm going to come back to this at a later point in time to fix it. Yeah, this is why you got to double check your image dimensions, because I just drew this at 72 DPI when I normally would draw these things at 300 DPI. So it's resulted in a little bit of a mess that I've got to fix later. But I should be able to find a workaround, or so we'll just stop there for now. Gonna move on to another character. Alrighty. This is sketch. Alright. Image. Canvas. No, not canvas size. Image. Image size. Okay, there. 300 DPI. 3,000 pixels wide. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, take from me, this happens every once in a while. You start drawing something, you realize, oh shit. So that is okay. It can be fixed. I'm just not going to spend time fixing it while I am streaming. So no worries there. Okay. Just go ahead and do some research. That'll work. Neck. Okay. I think I need to adjust it. It's just a little bit. Yeah. So another character from that batch of commissions. This is a roguish character. Supposed to be the youngest of the crew, from what I've gathered. A lot of what this comes down to is an emphasis on like the body language, kind of in a lack of confidence and that sort of thing that might come with the youth. I feel like the eye is still too. Let's see if this works. His ear. some more on. There we go. Just go ahead and get his. Alrighty, let's get his shoes down. Let's fix the hole. Work. Oof. Work. So. Cool. Okay, that's mostly feeling good so far. I think I need to work on his little cape and collar here. Give yourself a little room here. Okay. Awesome. All right, so he's got a cloak. So, no, not quite. Something along those lines. There we go. Oh, what are you doing there? Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and get this cloak going over his shoulder. Oh, there we go. There we go. Cool. Widen that so it tapers down. Okay, here we go. So let's off there. Let's get rid of these intersecting lines. On this side, cloak. There we go. And there. Okay, so it looks like our time will be coming to a close pretty quickly now. Yeah, so just do a little bit more of this, and then I will sign off. Thank you for watching. Please join me live. Remember, it's going to be on Picardo on Fridays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can get more of the information over at my website, hpkomics.com. If you want to learn more about the type of work I do or you're interested in commissioning me, as you can see, this is how I work. You can do so by, again, visiting hpkomics.com. With that said, I think it's time to close out. So thank you so much. Y'all take care.